Financial environment. Financial environment is the environment related to finance that exists in an economy around all the business organizations which are part of that economy. Whether we talk about a small business which is owned by an individual, or we talk about a large corporation or a company, all the businesses are actually affected by the business environment. In this environment, there are different authorities, different stakeholders, different agencies, which are somehow related to each other, and these bodies actually affect each other along with the business organizations. So we have got certain rules and regulations which are to be complied by, and then we have got the method of looking at the way the business needs to be conducted. So for any business, small or big, and any finance department, it is extremely important that they need to understand the financial environment that exists around them. We'll discuss various aspects of this financial environment and what these agencies and authorities are which actually control and regulate and support business organizations and the stakeholders in different way. So this is the focus of our study in this topic of financial environment. First, we'll go through some of the key players of this financial environment, and then one by one we'll take up these key players and we'll discuss their functions and their role in detail. Securities and Exchange Commission. In every country, in every economy, this is one institution which plays the key role in regulating and controlling business organizations and companies and corporations. They draw rules for their registration and their operations, and perform various other functions. In Pakistan, we have Securities and Exchange Commission of Pakistan, which is involved in regulating the business organizations. Before this, the name of this authority was Corporate Law Authority, and later it was converted into Securities and Exchange Commission. The second very important organization is State Bank of Pakistan. State Bank of Pakistan, by the name, is actually a bank, but it performs more functions than just a commercial bank, because State Bank of Pakistan is a central bank. And central banking involves so many activities which actually directly or indirectly affect all the stakeholders of this financial environment. The businesses, the government, the people who are actually a part of these organizations or somehow related to these organizations. Again, we'll discuss in detail later on that what are the functions of central bank, that is, in case of Pakistan, it is State Bank of Pakistan. And we'll explore that how does the bank plays its role towards the people of the country, towards the government which is actually running the state, and also the other stakeholders. And the third, I would say, the important pillar or the organization in this financial environment which plays a key role is the Federal Bureau of Revenue, FBR. The function of FBR mainly includes collection of taxes and related things. Every country, every economy is run by funds and finances. And these funds and finances are to be generated from some sources. For most of the countries, the economies are run on taxes. Taxes which are collected from the general public, from the businessman, from the people who are actually using the facilities provided by the government. And making policies related to taxes and collecting taxes is something which is the role of FBR. In Pakistan, FBR has gone through certain changes and improvements, I would say developments. The laws have changed. But because a country like Pakistan needs to increase its tax collection, so FBR has always been a key player in our financial environment. Then our financial environment also is related to credit providers. We have discussed this in our earlier lectures that every business organization requires finances or credit from different sources. Without having a system of lending or providing credit, it is almost impossible for a business organization to continue its operation or to operate effectively. That is why these credit providers are an important part of our financial environment. The first one that we'll discuss in detail are the commercial banks. Commercial banks is a very common term that most of the people in the world and in the country are familiar with. हम सब जानते हैं कि ये जो बैंक जिसमें हम अपना अकाउंट खुलवाते हैं, डिपॉजिट्स रखते हैं, पैसे विड्रॉ करते हैं, ट्रांसफ़र करवाते हैं और बहुत सी फैसिलिटीज़ ये बैंक्स हमें प्रोवाइड करते हैं. And these are the banks which operate on commercial basis, meaning that they are actually there to make profit. And we'll see that how commercial banks actually generate their profits. But they are the lenders and they are the ones who accept deposits of the people. Then there are investment banks, the banks which are actually involved in making investments in development projects, in capital projects, the projects which are of long-term nature, where they contribute also towards the economy, but also towards the earning of profits and return for the people. And then we have got non-banking financial institutions. Non-banking financial institutions are also, I would say, a key component or part of the financial environment because there are many types of non-banking financial institutions. We'll discuss them again in detail, but they are called non-banking financial institutions because of the fact that they are not regulated like a commercial bank or an investment bank. यानी सेंट्रल बैंक जिस तरीके से एक कमर्शियल बैंक को रेगुलेट करता है, नॉन बैंकिंग फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस उस तरीके से रेगुलेट नहीं किए जाते. बट येस, देयर आर रेगुलेशंस, येस, देयर आर rules to be followed by these companies or these institutions, and there are several types of these non-banking financial institutions, which we'll again discuss and elaborate in detail later on. Then in the financial environment, a very important element is of financial markets. And again, the key financial market is the stock exchange. We'll discuss again in detail about these financial markets in our later lectures.